Hello friends, welcome to this video. This is Rohit. Friends, in today's video I am going to show you how you can make your computer ready for executing PHP programs. Okay, so PHP is the most popular web backend programming language, as we know. So PHP code will run as a web server module or as a command line interface. So to run PHP for web, we need to install web server like Apache, and we also need to install database server like MySQL. So there are various web servers for running PHP programs like WAMP, XAMPP, EasyPHP web server, etc. So WAMP server is supported on Windows and XAMPP server is supported on both Windows as well as on Linux platform. So in today's video I am going to show you how we can run our PHP programs in XAMPP web server. So first of all we will understand what is XAMPP server. So XAMPP is the most popular PHP development environment for Windows, OS X and Linux platform. So XAMPP stands for cross platform, that is X represent cross platform, then A represent Apache server, M represent MariaDB, that is the database. Okay, P represent PHP, and again we have P at last, which represents Perl language, and it is the software distribution server which makes our development work easier for testing as well as for deploying by creating local web server. So all your PHP programs will be executed in the local environment, okay, with help of XAMPP. Now how to install XAMPP on your computer system? So first of all you need to visit apachefriends.org, and from this website you can download the XAMPP web server. Okay, so let's try to visit apachefriends.org website first of all. So here I will search for XAMPP. You can see friends, this is the website which we need to visit, apachefriends.org. This is the home page of apachefriends.org. Friends, here you can see we can download XAMPP for different operating systems. So in this video we are going to see how to download and install XAMPP web server on Windows platform. This XAMPP server is available with PHP version 8.0.3, which is the latest version. Okay, so for downloading XAMPP, simply click here. So you can see download is started. Friends, XAMPP also allow you to easily install various PHP based applications. So Bitnami module basically provide you the easiest way for installing WordPress, Drupal, Joomla. Like this you can install different CMS systems on top of the XAMPP. So here you can see what different add-ons this XAMPP supports. Okay, so to see the list of supported add-ons you can open this web page. Okay, so here you can see which different add-ons XAMPP server supports. So you can see here in the blogging you have WordPress, in the CMS you have Joomla, Drupal, in the e-commerce you have PrestaShop, in the e-learning you have Moodle, okay, you have Magento for e-commerce. So like this you can install different plugins or add-ons on top of XAMPP. Okay. Friends, my downloading is completed. So I will visit this download folder, and in order to start installation I will double click on this exe file. Friends, in my system user account control is activated, that's why XAMPP software will not get the right permission in the C drive under program files directory. Okay, so I will simply install this application on another drive. Okay, so if you don't get this message you can continue installation with the default location. Okay, Now here it will show you the different components that will be installed within your system. So if you don't want any component, you can simply untick like this, so that component will not install on your system. We will go with default components, tab on next. Now here I will change the location. So let's say I will go to D drive, and here I will create one new folder. Okay, and within this folder we will install our XAMPP web server. Friends, you can install XAMPP web server on any location. Okay, here it will show you the language. We will go with English, then tab on next. Friends, you can see the installation process started. Friends, our installation is completed and it is showing this message that Windows Defender firewall has blocked our Apache web server. So simply allow access. Okay, and it will ask you, do you want to launch the control panel of XAMPP web server? So we will keep it as it is. So our XAMPP control panel will start. So click on this finish. Now here you can see XAMPP control panel icon will be appear within the system tree. Okay, so this is the control panel of XAMPP. So from this control panel you can control every component of this XAMPP web server. Okay, so here you can see Apache web server, MySQL, FileZilla, Mercury, Tomcat. All these different modules are available. No module is started till now. So you can start particular module by using the start button. Then in order to configure any of the module, you can access its configuration file by clicking on this configuration button. You can access the logs, error logs of particular module by using this button. Okay. Now friends, in the top right corner you can see we have the config button. If you tab on this, it will show you this window. So here first of all you have the editor setting. So default editor is Notepad. So whenever you will try to open any configuration file, it will get open within the Notepad. If you want to select any other editor, you can simply select it from here. Okay. Then next to that you have browser. We have not specified any browser till now. So if you want to specify default browser, you can specify it here. Then next to that you can specify auto start of modules. Okay, so whenever XAMPP server will start, whichever module you want to start by default, you can select that modules here. Okay, now whenever XAMPP server will start, these both modules will be started. Okay, then if you want to start this control panel in minimize mode, you can select this. Then if you want to enable the Tomcat output window, you can keep this enable, otherwise you can disable this. Okay, then if you want to check ports every time on startup of XAMPP, you can enable this, otherwise you can disable this. To show the debug information, you can check this. Next to that you can change the language here. Okay, so to access service and port setting, click here. So it will show you the name of service and the port on which this service is running. So by default your Apache server is running on port number 80, SSL port is 443. Then MySQL server is running on port number 3306. If you want to change, you can edit these port numbers as well. Okay, then your FileZilla is running on port number 21, which is by default port for FileZilla web server. Okay, for admin the port number is 14147. For Mercury you have these different ports available. By default it works with port number 25. Mercury is basically mail service module. Okay, so you can send mails with help of this module. Okay, and then you have Tomcat server which is running on port number 8005. Okay, for AJP you will have 8009 and for HTTP you will have 8080. So you can change the port numbers with this service setting. Okay, so we will keep it as it is. Then user defined files, if you want to define your own configuration file, your own log files, then you can specify it here. For every module you can specify configuration and log file. Okay, then you have here different log options, so you can select font for your log files. Okay, so all font related settings you can do here. Okay, then next to that you have netstat. So here you can see all the different TCP listening sockets. So you can see here the address for localhost 127.0.0.1, its port you can see, its process ID you can see. Okay, like this you can observe the TCP listening sockets. Then here you can execute different commands. Okay, then in Explorer it will take you to the location of XAMPP where we have installed it. So you can see in D drive I have installed this XAMPP software. So here importantly what I want to show you, you can see PHP software is available here, MySQL software is available here. Okay, so all different files of XAMPP you can find out here. The important thing, you can see the root directory of your XAMPP web server. So friends, all your PHP files you have to save within this directory, and the name of directory is htdocs. This is the root directory for XAMPP web server. So whenever you will request any file to this server, it will first of all search within this directory. Okay, so right now you can see some default files are available within this htdocs folder. So all your PHP files you will save within this root directory. You can also create your own folder within this directory, and within that folder you can store your files, or you can directly save files here. Okay, so next to that you can access the services. You will find services for your Apache, MySQL, Tomcat. So you can control all these services. Then if you want help regarding XAMPP, you can visit this URLs. If you want to close them, you can simply use this last option. Okay, this is how your control panel is available. So till now we have not started any of module of XAMPP. Okay, now first of all we will start Apache web server, then we will start MySQL server. Okay, so here you can see the Apache web server is started now. Okay, and on which port it is executing? So it is executing on port number 80, and for SSL we have port number 443. And now we will start MySQL. So again it will show you this message, simply allow access. Now you can see MySQL is running on port number 3306. Okay, now we have configured and installed our XAMPP web server. Now after installing XAMPP, we will try to install Sublime Text Editor. Okay, so again I will go to Google and search for Sublime Text. So visit this website. Friends, this is the home page of Sublime Text Editor. Okay, so here in the home page you can see different features of Sublime Text. Okay, simply I will go to download. So on download page you can see Sublime Text Editor is available for different operating systems. Okay, so I will download it for Windows. You can also download its portable version. Okay, where we don't have to install Sublime Text Editor, just we have to download the zip file and we can extract it. After extracting, we can directly start working with Sublime Text Editor. Okay, I will try to show you both of these options. So I will download portable version as well. Friends, my downloading is completed. Now I will take you to the download folder. Now you can see here this is the exe file. If you want to install Sublime Text, you can use this exe file, and if you want to use portable, then simply extract this zip file. Now you can see this directory will get created. Now simply double click on this Sublime Text and you can see your Sublime Text Editor is started. Okay, and now I will try to show you the installation. So run this exe file. it will ask you for permission. This is the location where our Sublime Text will get installed. If you want to add it to the context menu, take this and tab on install. Now you can see Sublime Text Editor has been successfully installed on our system. Now friends, I will try to create one simple PHP file in the Sublime Text Editor and we will execute it. Okay, now start your Sublime Text Editor. Now in order to create new file, use this file menu and select this new file option. So you can see new file is created. Now first of all, we will save our file within the root directory of our server. So I will visit D drive, and in D drive you can see XAMPP is there. Now within XAMPP, htdocs is our root directory. So I will save my first file within this directory. So file name is demo.php. So our file is saved now. Now we will try to write one simple PHP code here. So I will use this canonical tags for defining my PHP block or for initializing my PHP code. Now within this canonical blocks, I will write my PHP statement, echo welcome to PHP, and at end we will have semicolon. Friends, this is my first PHP file, and in which I am printing one message, welcome to PHP, using echo statement. Okay, now our file is saved. Now how to execute this code? So first of all, I will try to show you. If you try to open this file directly within web browser, what will happen? Now here I will try to open that file. So I will go to XAMPP directory. In the htdocs you can see demo.php is available. Simply I will try to open it with. Now you can see it is showing my PHP code, not output, welcome to PHP. Why it is happening? Because our browser is not able to interpret our PHP code. Okay, we have discussed that our browser cannot understand PHP code, it cannot interpret. What we have to do? We have to forward our request to appropriate web server. So friends, we have installed our web server which is running on address 127.0.0.1, that is localhost. Okay, so we need to forward the request of this file to web server. Now how to do that? So first of all, you have to check whether your local host is working or not. So if I type localhost within my browser, you can see it is showing this XAMPP web page, means our local host is working. Okay, now we can execute our PHP file like this. We have saved our PHP file with name demo.php. Okay, so simply hit enter and you will see the output, welcome to PHP. So like this you can execute your PHP file with XAMPP web server. Okay, now friends, I will try to show you if you create a directory within htdocs, then how you will execute your PHP file. Okay, so first of all, here I will create one new directory. Let's say demo. Okay, and now we will try to create one more file within that directory. So again I will go to file menu and I will create new file. So I will save this new file within the demo directory. Okay, now not within htdocs, I will save it within the demo directory. So here I will write file name test.php. Okay, and here again we will use canonical PHP tags for defining our PHP block, and here I will write another demo and we will save this file. Okay, now how to request this test.php which is available within the demo directory under your root directory. Okay, you can see this is the root directory in which we have created one demo directory. or demo folder, and in which we have our test.php. So our URL will be like this now: localhost, that represent our root directory. Within root directory, which directory we want to access? Demo. Now under demo directory, which file we want to run? Test.php, and hit enter. You can see the output, another demo. Okay, so like this you can execute your PHP files with help of XAMPP web server. Okay friends, now I will try to show you the configuration files of Apache and PHP. Okay, so for that I will visit XAMPP directory. Now here, first of all, in the PHP directory, I will try to show you the configuration file of PHP. So you can see this is the configuration file of PHP. So I will simply open it in Sublime Text. So you can see all settings regarding PHP software you will find within this configuration file. So in order to change anything within PHP software, we need to access this php.ini, which is the configuration file of your PHP software. Next file I will try to show you, Apache configuration file. So for accessing it, you have to go to Apache directory, and here in the conf folder you will have this configuration file httpd.conf. So this file is the main Apache server configuration file. So it consists all the configuration directives as per which your Apache server will work. Okay, so this file consists different configuration directives. Okay friends, in upcoming videos I will try to show you how we can configure these php.ini and httpd.conf file. Okay, so friends, this is how we can install XAMPP web server and Sublime Text editor on our Windows system. Okay, so friends, if you find this video useful, please like and share this video. I will see you in next video. Thank you for watching.